What is going on, All Terrain Nation? Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, it does not matter what you drive because this is your All Terrain Nation, and I'm merely your host, David Boyd. What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday! It's we made it through the week. It's been a crazy one, but we got all kinds of fun things to talk about in the automotive world tonight. But first, cheers, everybody! I would make myself a drink if Danny were here, but Danny's not here, and I forgot to make myself a drink, so we got that going on anyways. What is up, Kevin? Let's see, who all we got in here tonight? Let me gotta fix this thing. Once again, you guys know the drill. Smash the like button. It brings on new people to make friends with. What's up, Croy? The Croc is in the house. Got royalty in here. What is up? I don't know if we deal with royalty very well right now, Croy. I probably shouldn't call you royalty just yet because of all the BS, I guess, from the Oprah Winfrey interview. Whatever that was about, I don't know. I don't get into those things. But, we got up to 10 now. What is going on? Hopefully, you guys have had an amazing Friday. My week has just been flat garbage, I'll be honest. But, I mean, there's been a couple pluses. Obviously, you've seen the title of this. We're bringing in a new BMW, or a new-to-me BMW. Is Danny trying to call in? Ooh, we got breaking news here. Let me sorry, Dan, you can't come in that way. There we go, Dan. Well, let's do it this way. Pardon the mess here. I'm trying to bring Danny in. So,
I made it.
I don't know if Danny can see me or not, but, let's see.
That's okay, Dave. You don't look that good anyways.
Thanks, man. Danny, say something here so I can make sure you're
What up?
All right.
All terrains.
Let us know if you can hear Danny okay, as I gotta fix his beautiful face here. I gotta get him on screen just right. The only way Danny can be. We gotta do it just right.
I got to roll in hot right off the streets. You know how I like to roll, Dave.
Oh, Kevin coming in hard, man.
What's up, guys?
Look,
Smitty's garage is here. Old Smitty.
Danny, did you see that they super chatted me? What happened to your live stream the other day, buddy?
What do you mean?
No, I think I was the only one that super chatted you, bro.
Oh.
For those that don't know, Danny did his first without Dave. Dave helping him out. Well, Dave helped him out, but Danny over on the Nissan Nation side, he did his first kind of big time interview. Danny, all by yourself, dude. I was very very proud of you, man. You did a very good job. You had an awesome couple to interview over there. If you guys haven't yet, after this, not now, after this, go watch Danny's interview over there. I was quite proud of you, sir. You handled yourself.
It was fun. It was weird doing it myself. I definitely have to get used to it. I think I've relied on Dave for so long that I have to rethink how I do things. So, but Dave was nice enough to help out and produce.
Yeah,
just like Jamie on the Joe Rogan show, except way cooler.
Yeah, I'm not as young, but I will say being on that side of it, dude, was pretty difficult because I'm used to cutting in and we have a banter and we poke at guests a little bit, and I was just like, shit, I have to be quiet here. It's like crazy. What is up with all these super chats tonight, man? What is going on, everybody?
I think I'm behind on the live chat. Maybe not. But
coming in.
Hey guys, Croy, what's up? Sorry I've been gone for so long, guys. It's I know Dave always holds down the fort because that's what
Dan,
Dave does. Yeah.
Entertain. I need to make me a drink. Entertain them.
You know what? I actually poured myself a drink tonight, guys. I'm drinking the Old Forester, a little bourbon for me tonight. So let me just tell you that on the old shows way back in the day, anytime I am getting the bourbon down, it's wild card night for us guys. So if you're not pitching a little something back right now, you might want to get in on this because it's always weird to be drunk alone. You know what I'm saying? So Dave, I literally haven't. I walked in the door, kissed my wife, and ran into the garage. And that's kind of like everywhere I've gone today. I've been like running barely on time everywhere. So I'm stoked. What's up, everybody? Hey, really quick, I'm going to do my own plugs while Dave's not paying attention. I have a super cool dude from Terra Crew. He's building basically the most gnarly Nissan Frontier. It's not even a Nissan Frontier. It has a couple body panels. The gnarliest truck ever. And if you don't know who Terra Crew is, it's a huge YouTube channel. They do build biology kind of stuff. They interview tons of people on all kinds of super gnarly race trucks and really, really well built stuff, especially out here in Southern California. They're jumping their trucks over, 100-foot jumps and stuff like that. So I'm having one of their main guys on the show pretty soon, and I think I might be getting on their show to do a build breakdown on my race truck. So there's a sweet shout out to a couple things I got coming. So yeah, let me see what's up, Miso Honey.
Oh, Dan.
Yeah,
dude, I know I gotta fix my video with you, but dude, I'm coming in hard. I have some aviation gin tonight.
Oh, classy ass
This is Ryan Reynolds gin, buddy. It's made with elephant tears or something. I don't know, but
if that gin tasted like an old butthole and Ryan Reynolds made it, I'd drink it.
Would you?
It's good stuff.
Well, there you go, guys.
Because I love Ryan Reynolds.
Let me see if I can get.
Croy, I'm trying real hard to make that win, like a good send off. I'd love to be there. I was there for. Well, I think the second went.
No, you were
a couple others.
Year three,
Whatever.
4, 5.
Don't rain on my parade, Dave. I think you're still pouring your drink, so shut your mouth. So yeah, I'm trying real hard. It's right after my birthday, so usually I can use that leverage. It's kind of the busiest month at work for me, but I might be able to spin that up. And then Miso Honey, Military Pride bourbon. I have tried it on multiple occasions. I actually was up at a base today where they have it, and I almost grabbed a bottle, and then I was like, no, I can't. It's too terrible. It is definitely the basest of bourbons out there.
Danny, this video is pissing me off because I wish you could see.
I don't need to look at you. I can see you on the other screen, Dave.
Okay. Well,
I can see you later.
Well, I want everybody to know that I am drinking classy tonight out of my Gone Moab 2016 mug, and that's a lot of whiskey there. So, and we're drinking.
Yeah.
I was trying to quickly get my jack that everybody helped fund, and I couldn't get to it in time. So I'm just going with the Maker's Mark. I'm enjoying this Maker's Mark.
You got to finish one.
But I wanted you guys. I have not cracked the seal on this aviation just yet. So,
you got to let us know how it's going.
I'm not a big gin guy, but dude, that smells freaking incredible, Dan. That is. Let's just take a little.
Oh, the gin smells great because you poured of course I'm watching you later, so you poured yourself some burbs.
Holy hell, dude!
What are you drinking after the burbs? I don't get it.
I got some Monster. No, I just wanted to crack this open and have just a little sip, just a little
sip on the. It's good.
Yeah. Oh, that.
I'm not a gin guy, but I mean, I'm an alcohol guy, so it's still good. I'm sure.
I feel like this is Liquor Nation, but it's got just a little. I don't know if it's orange or lemon. Just like the peel taste. I don't know.
Like like someone waved like an orange peel at it or a lemon peel at it.
It's like Ryan.
Oh, what was that?
It's like Ryan Reynolds
hovered his taint over it.
Yes, and it is very good. But tonight I am going with the old Maker's Mark. But Danny, dude, I am so happy you are here.
Me too, dude. I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. Tonight's gonna be.
Dude, these guys were crazy. They're like the past couple shows. They're like, where's Danny? And of course, I played that one episode off like we were sort of breaking up, sort of. That one video, I teased him a little bit.
You were just teasing him. I know. I heard you. I heard you were teasing him while I was out of town.
I know, and I don't think they like that, Dan. I don't think our friends here like that. But
that's because they love me, Dave.
Well, I can't.
You can't kick me You can't kick me to the curb and think nobody's gonna care. All right, fella.
Oh well, Dan.
Right.
So we need.
Jacked up.
Before I get deep into news and stuff,
yes,
I need to know you have been on some fun adventures, man. You started off in Johnson Valley, which we touched on, but right after that, you were like, "Hold my beer, bro! I got another adventure to go to."
Yeah, I kind of went back to back on those. It was super fun, Johnson Valley. We had some broken Jeep axles, and I was mobbing a. If you guys know what a ruckus is, I think it's a Honda Ruckus. It's kind of like a little. I don't know. It's a 50cc like little trikey thing. I was mobbing that all over the dirt, which was so much fun.
I saw. Yeah, you did a video. Yeah.
And and then we went on the road trip. And and I scratched the living piss out of my red truck.
Oh,
Um,
no, man. What?
it just, dude, Arizona. That's the second time I've wheeled in Arizona like that, and every time I go to Arizona, the red truck just gets gouged. So I want to wrap it in multicam. What do you guys think? Should I do a full multicam wrap? That's if you don't know what multicam is, that's like what that's the new military camouflage that you'll see on Army and Air Force and stuff like that.
That
But anyways,
that's
I want
the
to wrap it in multicam. That's my new plan.
that's the
It's a
cool
stupid plan, but
that's the cool people thing or what, man?
it's the cool Danny thing. So,
Oh,
but
oh.
also I have a quick story for you. So I pulled the front shocks off my truck, right?
Right.
And I was gonna get them rebuilt. I actually bought rebuilt kits for them. Pulled them off, brought them to a guy, very reputable guy. He was gonna be able to turn them in one day. Mind you, these shocks have seen thousands of off-road miles. Like they have been on the truck for almost 4 years now or something like that. Probably should have been rebuilt like 3 years ago, but I put it off way too many times and I knew they were trash. I bring them over there. He pulls them apart and he goes, "Oh my gosh, dude, these things are wrecked. These are probably the worst shocks I've ever seen." And he's like, the amount of time I'm going to put into these, you're going to end up paying me the amount that it takes for new shocks."
Right.
So my truck is currently on blocks, but a huge shout out to Chris. And I'm sorry we go to the Nissan thing, but of course that's all I have. Huge shout out to Chris at Niztec, because he is literally shipping me his personal set of he shipped me his personal set of shocks, and I'm gonna have a new set next week. I mean, it's not cheap, but
That's customer
it's cheaper
service.
than, yeah, because you can't find that stuff right now. I mean, I think maybe Z1 has a pair, but like to buy new right now, I mean, geez, I got to put a new heater in my pool, for heaven's sakes.
Right. Well,
Ugh.
wait, in your pool? Oh, I
Yeah, I
forgot
gotta
you
get a
had a
pool
pool.
heater.
I forgot you had a pool. Wait, why in the hell does somebody from SoCal need a pool heater?
Dave, you don't understand. You
I-
live in the world of weird weather things.
Weird weather things. But the Rogue is always a fun time, and you guys went
yeah.
out on you got to do the Pauly Shore thing.
Biodome.
Biodome, there it is.
Yeah, the biosphere, super cool, dude. It's got some weird stories from it.
They
But
made a movie of it, man. They got you.
Yeah, it's a giant terrarium that currently it is sponsored by the University of Arizona, but it's a giant terrarium and I'm talking giant like football field size buildings almost. And they have rainforests in there. They have a fake beach. They have like Mexico desert climates, and pretty cool. It's not something I would ever go to. If I was I'd be like, oh, that sounds interesting, but I'm not going to go there. But that's kind of why you go on these trips,
Of course.
because there's cool things that that you wouldn't normally do yourself. But yeah, we got to go in it. And, I took my kids and wife, and they saw something cool. And there's lots of information about how people lived in there for a certain amount of time. The first time they tried to make it work, didn't work, and there wasn't enough oxygen, so they had to revamp it. And they're studying all kinds of things. So.
Well,
Anyhow,
I mean, you really
go to
sold
Mount
me. You
Manor.
really sold me on that there, though, Dan. I mean, you just really brought the color out in that story.
I'm trying to make this story quick because I could talk a long time about my road trip, but nobody wants to hear about that.
No, but definitely, like, guys, we've preached this for a long time, man. Like, if you ever get a chance, it's not vehicle specific. I know we're old school Nissan guys.
Hold on, Dave. One of the things, so there was all kinds of different trucks. There was a HD Chevy diesel. There was some Nissans. There was an FJ that has a Atlas transfer case, and then Toyotas and whatnot. But there was a dude with a brand new Ford Tremor, which is F-250, like with the big off-road package. Very expensive, beautiful truck, like blue, almost fresh off the lot. I think he did a couple mods with some lights, and he kind of set it up for camping. Right. And if I tell you my truck got scratched to hell, his truck is about a foot wider. So it was rough. Like he pushed up his bumper so much he couldn't close his tailgate. I mean, he was happy as a clam to be out and doing his thing, and like he's like, whatever, it's gonna happen sooner or later, And I'm like, wow, dude, that's a truck that's worth 4 of mine, But I mean, he was out there doing it, and it was a super rad truck. Not only that, we had Mike Velasco from Nevada Overland Recovery, or Southern Nevada Off-Road Recovery, teach a recovery class, winching A lot of information about synthetic line, how to repair it, synthetic shackles, what's good, what's bad.
Right.
Super good info. A lot of the times I'll go into some of these recovery things, and I don't learn too much just because I've done a lot of research, but he had a ton of info about all the new stuff that's out, and it was a great class. It was probably about 45 minutes, but I learned a ton about just different kind of double. I don't know. I learned a ton. I can't repeat it all because it was a long class, but yeah, that guy knows a lot, and he has a really cool Tundra that's set up for all kinds of recoveries. So that was really cool too. That was something that they had.
Well, I'm totally jealous. I haven't got to do a road trip since 17, I think. So
Yeah,
I'm very much due for a road trip, and maybe I'll get out there next year and do one with you guys. So Dan, anything else before I get into all the fun and tidbits? Anything else like out there, Danny wise?
I think I rattled off everything that's going on for me within the first 5-10 minutes here. So I think we're golden. I'm just gonna get drunk from here on. Let Dave do important professional things. I'm gonna get drunk. I'll throw in some quips, some tidbits, and I'll read the comments, and we'll have a good time, guys.
Well, guys, once again, if you will smash the like button, it does help people find us, and I appreciate when y'all do that, and all the super chats when y'all do that and stuff is much appreciated. But tonight, Danny, we have. Oh, we've got this is I've got my blue shirt on. It says Bronco, but it should say BMW because we're going to talk a little bit of BMW tonight. And we all know that Danny is a ex BMW mechanic, and when Danny says I was a BMW mechanic, what do? We take a little shot. So good. So good. And so every time Danny says that, we got to take a shot. But let me transition this over there. And there you go, guys. There is my new to me. It's a 2012 535i X drive, and so it's all-wheel drive platform. It is the straight six, not the little shitty four-cylinder that they like to do, or the big.
Do they have a four-cylinder in those?
Yeah,
years?
they put a four-cylider in those. They did 3 motors.
I should know, but
you could get. Well, this is right after you were leaving, I think, is when this car popped out. But
yeah.
But they did a 4-cylinder, a straight six, and then they did a V8, and that V8 is a headache and a half, man. And I was told by I don't know if it was you, Danny, or somebody else that knows BMWs. They were like, "Look, man, the 3 Series is a solid series car. 5 Series not bad. You're kind of getting into a little more of the electronic stuff that could be a little iffy, but." I was also looking at a 7 Series, man, that was a damn near a limo. Like
they're big, dude. They're
big, man.
And that year I think that year they started getting the big grills, correct?
No, it still looks pretty similar to this one I've got up on screen now, but
okay. Maybe yeah, you're right. I think it was like 2 years later.
But no, I couldn't
15.
do that. I couldn't do the
kidney boobs.
Yeah, no, they're getting a little.
They're not kidneys anymore. If they're kidneys, then you're sick. Yeah. They're enlarged.
You may need a transplant.
Yeah.
But so this is this year's build car. Every year I try to do one car. Last year was the Juke, which is up for sale, by the way. So if you're interested in buying the former Juke, well, I guess it's not a former Juke. It's a former show Juke.
Is that what it was?
It is for well, it was
our show. Our show. I got it.
The NMP. That Juke is up for sale. Let's see. I paid $7,000 for that Juke last year in the middle of the pandemic, man. I bought it. All hell was breaking loose.
It's worth at least 10 now.
Well, so I put, let's see, a tuning, which was about $1,500. I can't remember what exactly I paid for the tuning. But so there was the tuning. I put well over $1,500 in parts. I put about $3,000 into this car, but because the show paid for most of that car. I'm only asking $7,000 for it. So you were getting a car tuned 242 horsepower. Like, it's a little rocket ship. Now, is it perfect? No, it's a 2011 Nissan Juke, man. It's not by any means perfect, but it is a fun.
It's perfect, Dave.
It is a fun beater, man. And
it's a perfect car.
So hit me up if you're interested in that. But anyway,
it's the tip of the iceberg car.
It just the tip. But I wanted to get something different, and Kelly, we were talking about this a couple weeks ago, and she's like, well, we've sold the Xterra. My Xterra went away. Kelly's Xterra actually leaves Sunday. So my buddy Tim's driving or flying up from Georgia to take that home, and she was like, "Well, we're going to need something pretty quick," and I was like, "Yeah, we do need something." And she's like, "Well, what about a BMW?" Now, I love BMWs. Don't get me wrong, but at no point have they ever been on my radar about, oh, that would be a fun car to have, because for one, usually they're out of my price range. Two, I have heard the stories of, well, it's BMW. They're great while they're under warranty. After the warranty, good luck. I tried to consult Danny, but Danny was drinking beer and watching MMA.
Yeah, no, I was definitely wasted when you texted. I wasn't wasted, but I was knee deep in a MMA party when he texted me. He was like, "What do you think about this?" And I was like, "I don't think anything about that. People are pummeling each other, and I got a glass of wine."
Well, and I don't blame you for that. So I did the next best thing I could do. I called my buddy Nestor over at Shadow Wolf, and Nestor is not a official BMW mechanic, but he's owned a dozen of them or so, and he's well versed in these things. And so, Dan, the great thing about technology is in your phone, FaceTime, whatever Apple or Android calls it. I FaceTimed him, and he was like, "Here, look for this, this, and this." And Danny, at first, since you were an ex-mechanic, what would you say the first thing to look for in a used BMW?
For those injectors, high pressure fuel pump.
You have this evil grin on your face right now, like you're
Wait,
so
what?
F. You have this. You're so F, dude.
Well, see, I got to experience the early version of that motor, and so I don't know how much they completely fixed by the time they got to that, because by that year, I'm sure they ironed out a lot of the problems with that.
Well, this is a
So-
N55 motor, I believe is what they call it. It's not
Yeah,
the
yeah.
54. So
Yeah, so I dealt mostly with the N54.
right.
So I'm sure I hope that they fixed all those problems, because when that motor first came out, I replaced hundreds and hundreds of injectors because it was a direct inject.
Right, which this
I
one is.
replaced a few sets of turbos because the wastegates were the control on the wastegates was a little floppy, a little fluttery, and they would rattle like crazy. The high pressure pumps, I want to say that there was a recall on those. We were replacing those left and right. They would fail and kick up a check engine light.
Right.
Trying to remember what else. Not too much. I mean, the motor itself was pretty solid. It was just a little bit of the outlier things from the motor. But again, if once BMW kind of figures out all their problems, they're pretty good about moving forward and getting the better stuff in there, or
Right.
programming it so it doesn't mess up anymore or whatnot. A lot of stuff was programming.
Well, this generation, this is a second model year of this generation. So it's the F10 platform, I believe is what they call it. And I'm super pumped about it. But like I said, at no point was this ever like, oh man, BMW's got to be on my my range. And my buddy Nestor's like, Dave, he said, once you drive a BMW, he's like, they are like nothing else. He's like, they just drive like nothing else. And he says, once you drive one, you're going to understand that. And Dan, I did not believe him, because I've drove every brand out there. I've drove their cars. But when you get behind the wheel of one of these things, it just is different. I wouldn't have called bullshit on when he was telling me that. And I was like, damn, dude is right. But
And
I'm
you got a really good trim level as well. I mean, one, it's an all-wheel drive, which is pretty badass. We didn't see a ton of all-wheel drive cars where I'm at, just because it's not quite as popular, just because you don't really need that.
Right.
So it was more from like weird enthusiast people or something, somebody that went up to the snow lot or something. I don't know, I guess. But then you got a couple really nice like luxury packages and stuff with it, which is BMW does really good luxury packages and cold weather and technology packages and stuff. So I think that was one of the cool things. You sent me the window sticker, and I was like, wow, you got a lot of car for your buck.
I'm gonna pull up let me see if I can pull up the window.
John Walsh, nobody cares about dipsticks these days. You just take it to the dealership.
Okay, so that brings up a good question. So I'm like, I pop open the hood and I wanted to check the oil and stuff, and I was like, where in the hell is the dipstick? So Nestor's like, dude, you have to get inside the car, and there's an app for it, basically.
Yeah. You check it through the dash.
And of course,
and it has electronic things that tell you And let me tell you this as well, Dave.
Oh, great.
I
Oh, great.
I soldered about 4 million sets of oil condition sensors. It's not an oil level sensor, oil condition sensor, and the oil condition sensor sends a it has a resistance value that it reads in the oil, and it will tell you if your oil is bad based on how much particulate is in the oil. It doesn't just say, "Oh, your oil is low," or "It's time to change your oil." It is checking the actual fluidity and juxtaliciousness of the oil. So, I mean, when you're on the cusp of technology, Dave, in the Germans are checking your oil from the internet. You don't need dipsticks for dipsticks are for dipsticks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why would you need a dipstick when you have fluorescence
Well, and
inside there?
I mean, obviously these things are, yeah, it's an expensive high performance vehicle basically is what it is. And yes, I know, like, I've heard all the things, well, it uses oil, this and that. And it's like, yes, I do. I know what these cars, kind of the pros and cons of these cars basically. But I'm excited by it. I got this car for $11,500, which if I can bring the window sticker up, it was like $65,000 in 2012. Like the drop in value, like, is nothing I've ever seen, man. That is crazy to me.
Yeah, no, I fully agree, and that's kind of how it goes with we'll call it the luxury market. Sometimes, I
Right.
mean, not all brands across the spectrum, but at the same time, luxury brands will lose their value a lot quicker than kind of your middle of the line stuff.
Right.
It seems like. But there is a lot of really high end tech car, and I think one of the big things is I remember putting up we had like a used car, and somebody had a Mustang from the same year as like a 5 Series, and if you look underneath the Mustang and the same year 5 Series, the Mustang is nothing but tons of stamped steel stuff, and you look under the the BMW, and there was just aluminum, aluminum parts, like the fit and finish of everything. There's definitely a reason why they're more expensive, is because there's more money and design put into them. Whether dollar to bang for your buck is there, you could argue over a lot of stuff with that, but at the same time, it was the same horsepower car, and of course the BMW was way more expensive than a Mustang, and it's not really apples to apples, but at the same time, you get a lot of car, and you buying used, you get a lot of car for that.
Well,
10
so
Gs.
so I was looking at Infiniti, Lexus, and a lot of the brands, and I was talking to you privately about this. It's like, the cool thing about this car is it's timeless. Like, when you look, even the screen is a little dated, it's a little pixely, but the rest of the car looks like you could buy it now. Like, I'm very impressed with how not dated, and I'm watching reviews of it, and back in 2011 12 when these came out, they're like, oh, it looks dated already, and I'm like, really? Because I get like Lexus and Infiniti at the time were trying to look kind of futuristic, making their dashes look eye-catching at the time.
Yeah, Lexus really did start to look like they were trying to be zoom.
Mm-hmm. And this car just seems to hold up one. I'll show you a picture of the interior in just a minute. But so it came with a cold weather package, driver assistant package, premium package, and the technology package, which a lot of these things now are almost damn near standard on every little car, every Honda out there. But
curious if the cinnamon brown Dakota leather, is that spicy on the cheeks?
Oh, it
gives you the spice. I mean, you got heated seats, right?
Oh yeah. And steering wheel.
If it makes you feel better, I only had one seat that burned up in my entire career.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm not sure from other dealers.
Yeah.
But there was only one, and it was an X3, which meant it was probably one of the cheaper versions, and the seat had burned up.
Mm-hmm.
So you should be good.
So here's the rear of the car, dual exhaust, which the only bummer is these are not the factory wheels, which I like the black look of these, and they look close to factory. I and they had another 5 Series over there with this sportier BMW wheels, and I was like, hey, can we exchange? Like, nope,
Swappies.
nope, not
I
at
like
all.
those wheels. I really like those wheels.
No, I don't dislike them, but I don't
like
know.
the continuity.
Yeah. So here's the inside of the vehicle, and the interior. When I was going through, I found this on Facebook Marketplace, and the interior is what sold me as far as the color. A lot of whites and stuff that you can find in these things, but this kind of cinnamon brown kind of baseball glove leather, man, I liked it a lot. And Kelly at first, she was like, I don't know, she's like, it's kind of, until you get in it and see how it fits with the car, you're like, okay, this goes with the car very well.
I like the blue. Really nice color blue. I really hope that they cleaned up your tailpipes. But yeah, that's kind of a classic. Well, I don't know about classic, but that color's. I saw that color a lot, and I was always like, the nice. It's a nice two-tone, gives it some good class. I personally hated those shifters.
That is a little to get used to. Yes.
I won't say I hated it. I wasn't really a big fan when those things popped in there. I was like, meh.
But once
I
again,
think it's part of the feel for it. It's better. It's better than a knob. I will say that it's way better than a knob.
But once again, this is damn near standard on a lot of cars nowadays. This tech. Mm-hmm. So, and obviously, yes, I bought an older BMW. But the one bummer about it, Danny, is their gauges. The center stack here, you can see the wear on the button, and I think it's like $100. I found a couple used that look brand new that I'm hoping it's not quirky enough that like I can put one new one in and the computer's not like, hey, what the hell are you doing to me here? Any reprogramming or anything, but I'm
patiently waiting for the other screen to show up so I can see what gauges or what buttons you're looking at.
It's the air speed button there. You can see.
Yeah,
and it seems to be common.
Unit. That's a whole control unit. You might be able to buy the button.
No, I found the whole little control unit for $100.
Oh, it needs to be coded. It'll need to be coded. It won't need to be. I don't think it'll need to be programmed, but it'll need to be coded.
Okay, but
which I think these days you can code. You can get like a program on your like an app, and I think you can start coding stuff on your own.
Oh, nice.
Maybe let me know. I'll reach out to all my Nissan buddies or my BMW buddies.
Jeez. Oh, because what were you, Danny? You were what?
I was a BMW mechanic. I still have friends that are master BMW mechanics, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but I was a master BMW mechanic. That's two, by the way.
But I seen that wear on the stack on almost every one of them. It's weird that you can't you get 20-year-old Nissans and the buttons look brand new, and a damn BMW. Why? And I know nice pour. But now they call we're ceramic coating those and this and that, and I'm like, what? Like, I don't.
Well, you know what was weird? As somebody that worked on tons of different cars. Randomly, there would be you'd see 100 cars, and randomly one car would have like the steering wheel would just be wrecked, and like certain things were just wore out, and it didn't have a ton of miles,
right?
And someone said to me sometime, like, this person wears a shit ton of lotion on their hands or something,
so
or they're putting something on their hands that's breaking down these things, which. I mean, it kind of made sense because it wasn't like all these cars are having this thing fall apart.
Right.
It was like this one customer just had all this different stuff. And we're like, why is this guy's car falling apart? Like why are all these things that you touch falling apart? And he's like, dude, I bet you they're like over moisturizing or they're touching something that's causing this to break down. And I kind of see that on my truck. My truck has seen so much dirt and stuff, and my hands are dirty. Yeah. And where I put my hand, and I like, if you're grinding in dirt all the time, or if you're grinding in some weird lotion all the time, your hands are, maybe you got clammy hands. Maybe you're like a hand sweater or something like that. Unfortunately, your car is going to have this problem. So it's just something like if you get a car from somebody that's a clammy hand guy, maybe someone's a butt sweater and there's just one spot in the seat from butt sweat rolling into it. You just have to be cognizant that maybe not all cars are like that. Maybe it was a previous owner had a real problem.
Right. And as far as like you were saying, the exhaust and all this, yeah, the car was pretty dirty. Like we've had a lot of dust in this area here lately. But yeah, no, I will polish those tips up and stuff. But
They didn't polish your tip when you bought it.
well, I haven't. I
I
pick
always
it up,
request a tip polish when I buy something.
I pick it up tomorrow, Dan. So I have. It's not.
Oh,
it's not.
you better inspect the tip.
Oh,
This is what I always say: if you're gonna buy something new, you better inspect the tip. If the tip's not fresh and shiny,
yeah.
you don't want to get down into the shafts.
Well, so also I want to ask you this. So I heard obviously these cars do not come with a spare tire. It wasn't really a shocker, but run flats, and I'm hearing that the run flats actually damaged the wheels. Any comments there, Mr. BMW guy?
Who did you hear that from?
It's just something I was reading, like message board stuff. Now I've heard
It sounds like some bullshit message board. I have never experienced the situation where run flats cause wheel damage. That
Okay.
sounds like I think if you hit something hard enough,
Wow.
whether you have a regular tire or a run flat, it's going to damage a wheel. But run flats causing damage to the wheel because they're so stiff or something, no, that's ridiculous.
I'm definitely thinking about a summer set of tires for this thing and a winter set. What do you think?
I don't know your climate good enough.
We get a lot of rain. Well, I won't say a lot of rain.
Well,
but
I do know your climate, but I think it depends on like how hard are you going to drive this in the summer.
dude, I've already had this in sport mode, and I love that you can do the traction control.
Yeah,
off.
but it's Kelly's car.
well, yeah, it is, but
Hey,
it isn't.
Put a nice set of Continentals on there and send it on its way.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, unless you're really, okay. Here's let me rephrase this. It's all-wheel drive, Dave. You don't need a winter set of tires.
That's true. Well, I want a
need a
sticky.
decent set of all seasons that are nice and grippy.
Okay. And Continentals, where you were saying we should look at.
I love Continentals, man. I drank all the juice when I went to the Continental Proving Grounds.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe
you
it
did
was
get to do
because
that.
and I drove a couple BMWs and some Minis on all the test tracks, and I drank the juice up real hard. And maybe it was because I was there and they were selling me, but at the same time, I was really impressed with a lot what they offer. They're pricey. You don't have to go, but
I'm generally
tires,
a Michelin or BF Goodrich guy, same company, but I'm generally that. But some Pro Pilot Sports would be pretty nice on this thing. But I have to say, I've been reaching out to Next Gen guys. I'm trying to pick up us a tire sponsorship on the show. So there's brand new Next Gens on the back of this thing, and maybe I'll work some magic there. I don't know, Dan. Would you run if I could throw a set of Next Gen tires?
I don't have any opinion on Next Gens.
There you go, and it would be a great.
I don't want to give a baseless opinion on something I don't know anything about. I've never sold them. I've never drove on them. I can only give hearsay, and that's shit. So, unlike the internet, I'm not going to comment because I don't really know.
Well, okay. Well, Kevin Monet's like, let's talk some Maverick. I will wrap it up. You'll see some more on this car when I get it home. Well, I'm gonna obviously wash it up. You can see the dirt on it there. I'll wash it up and I'll give a tour and this car will be built. Now, the direction that I'm going, I like to do budget builds, much like the Juke, Danny. There will be changes done to this
BMW,
car.
you're going to do a budget build.
Well, no, I don't. When I say budget, I don't mean like cheap parts. What I mean is just slight. I'm not going to throw $20,000 at this car by any means.
I will say if you don't put tint on the back windows, I'll murder you.
No, this thing's. I've got a nice tint guy here.
I'm not sure what your tint laws are, but please tint the windows.
Oh, I don't need a fish.
That car needs to look a little bit like a nice, clean, freshy.
Hey, one last question, Dan, about this. That license plate on the front, is there a decent way to remove that without looking like there's a couple holes up there?
Yeah, there's holes there. I've put thousands of holes in the fronts of perfectly good BMWs.
All right. So it's going to stay what it sounds like.
Yeah, you can sand it and put a little shime in there, but good luck with that.
No, I want it to look classy, man. I don't. This is one car you don't want. I could slam this car.
Yeah,
and
no
slam. I don't. This is a classy car, man. So.
I would say all the mods should just be like a little fit and finish here and there to just kind of set it off a little bit. Like I said, a little tint, maybe a sprig I don't know. I have never looked into modding a 2012 5 Series.
right?
I'm sure there's some cool stuff you can do. I think some cool things might be just like a blackout grill, or like I love the little BMW kind of in the grill where it's like you can kind of see it, where it's like the red, white, and
Is it like the straight down stripes?
the M.
Yeah.
It's like an inset M thing. But I think make like a black chromate would be kind of cool on like a grill. There's a couple cool things that you can do. The emblems and stuff like that, just to make it like classy, so it's not gaudy. You know how I feel about chrome.
Well,
though.
and I don't want to do this thing where like I'm being a poser trying to. I don't want to go get a used M badge or
Stance.
something.
You don't want to stance it,
right? But I don't want to like cheese it up. But you do.
Yeah.
There will be some things.
Can't leave it stock. That's for sure, Dave. Can't leave it stock.
And if you're new to the show, once you mod something, you can't go back, Dan. You just cannot go back. So let's see. Ford Maverick was spotted, Danny, and this is a hot topic, man. Pup trucks. Pup trucks are when I worked for Nissan was desperately trying to figure out a way that they could do a pup truck again. And I think Ford may have cracked the code on this, man. Let me get this.
I mean, here's the thing. I know exactly what you're talking. Are we looking at a Ford Ridgeline?
Kind of. But
you know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Like, is that what it is? Like, I've seen the truck. I'm not excited about it.
All right, so I've got it up. Here's the front end of this thing. Now, everything I know about this, which is not a lot, so I'm not going to sit here and just act like I am the god of Ford Maverick talk. But everything I know about this, it's based on the Bronco Sport platform. And they're building them in the same plant in Mexico. And I will say this: Ford went through a lot of care to make it look like a truck. They didn't do like Honda. Honda went with this. We want it to look weird because we're Honda and our buyers don't buy pickup trucks. So they were trying to ease their clients maybe into this. Where Ford's best-selling truck out there, man. So they can't just do half-ass something that looks like a truck. But no specs or anything out on this thing just yet, Dan. But it definitely has a Ford vibe to it when you see the image that we have. I don't know anything about the motor, though. I'm going to say it's going to come with a 3 or 4 cylinder engine.
It'll be a 3 or 4 cylinder.
It's completely independent suspension, front and rear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unibody, right?
It is a unibody, and it's going to have a bed on it. But here's the kicker to these things. And I love I want a rear axle in my pickup truck. But I think for probably 50%, if not higher, of truck buyers, this fits their bill, Dan. Something like this. And Ford, like I said, Ford made sure that this thing looks like a truck. They didn't go out of their way to make a weird whatever. So, Dan, you're seeing it for the first time. And if you want more pictures on this thing, I've got one more picture I'll show of the rear. But Maverick Trucks Truck Club there purchase these pictures, and more power to you.
Yeah, so I'm kind of curious. The speculation that it's going to sit on about 105-inch wheelbase, which is similar to the Bronco Sport. It's a little bit shorter than the Honda Ridgeline, from my understanding. I could see it being a very similar chassis to the Bronco Sport, with a lot of the same tech rolled into it. It kind of pains me to see trucks go this route personally. Right. I truly understand the usability and function of it for people that are not looking to go do off-roading, but they want the usability and the function of a truck bed and something that's a little bit more heavy duty. It's a weird market, in my opinion.
Well, trucks have gotten so big, especially mid-size trucks now, especially the rear of them, the beds. I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah,
I
understand that.
Why they think they need to damn near a full-size tall bed on the mid-size.
Well, I will tell Dave, the most mid-size truck beds are only about 5 feet long, if that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like the truck beds are huge.
No, but they like you look at the Chevy Colorado or the new Ranger, and the beds they're so tall, and I'm 5'8". I'm not the shortest
they're
guy
a
in the world, but
square box.
I'm not tall. But for me to reach in, you used to want to reach into a
I
bed
see
of
what
a
you're
truck.
saying. Yeah.
And 5'9" or 5'10" is what the average height person is, and they're just getting ridiculous. Where this thing, as long as they keep it, usable. I think payload. You don't care what 500 pounds maybe in the rear of that. I don't know. Any of your wisdom there? What you think this might have?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be looking at any kind of payload in the back that matters. Partially because the Ranger, they went full Bustamante with their payload and ruined the ride of that truck. I think the number one fault of the Ford Ranger is the rear spring package that they put on that truck. I have yet to talk to a Ford Ranger owner. I've talked to about 4 or 5 now that immediately changed out the rear leaf spring because Ford wanted to brag about their payload, but it was complete trash when it came to driving.
Well, I remember you tested one.
Characteristics. I drove it. That was my first impression. I talked to a couple other people without putting that in their brain, and I was just talking about suspension. Sure enough, yeah, it was kind of rough in the rear end, so I put a new rear leaf pack, and I'm like, you shouldn't have to put a rear leaf pack in immediately because it feels like that. This truck is an independent rear suspension, so it'll be a coil spring setup,
Well, and look at the lower control, or the lower
like the exhaust and the lower arms.
Well, but look at the lower arm. You can tell it's just a pressed. It almost looks damn near aluminum.
It's weird.
It's.
I will say that the setup is weird looking. They got the exhaust pipe going through there. It looks kind of like afterthought. Afterbirth.
Yeah. Well, the problem with an independent rear suspension like that is routing the exhaust.
Yeah.
Like normally you can route it.
Options.
You put it over the axle and you're fine. But now it's like, where do we put this? Now I think Ford has a plan for this thing to be an EV down the road.
I could see that. It would definitely make sense with the lighter rear axle setup. I think the lighter vehicle with a unibody is going to be lighter just because you don't have that big frame to deal with. It would be very smart of them to offer an EV truck like this, where it has the sport utility functions, the truck bed functions, while still maintaining a lighter body and getting mileage and whatnot.
Right.
I mean, you'd have to give up a little bit of your manhood though.
Well, but I do think they're saying around $25,000 to $28,000 on this thing, which kind of blows me out of the water a little bit, because I can get now. Granted, it's an older Frontier, but I can get for $28,000 a V6 real framed truck for that price. I was kind of hoping that these things, now people want tech and all the expensive shit, but I was kind of hoping 22 to 24 is where these things would be around.
Yeah, 28's a little high. I mean, it really is. It's a totally different demographic than you and I, though, Dave.
Yeah.
We really have to think about Generation Z looking for, I don't think they're quite as. It's just a different. It's a different vehicle for a different mindset. I think.
Oh,
we
definitely.
have to. You got to really take yourself out of the decision process. Of course, we wouldn't be interested in this truck.
Well, I'm interested in it, and if Ford wants to.
I'm interested in it in a general meaning. Like, what's Ford doing? It is interesting, and it is a new thing. Other than the Honda Ridgeline, this would be a complete competitive vehicle against the Ridgeline.
So, what do you think of the name, though? So, Ford Maverick is an old car. It's a car name.
Yeah, it's a weird name. Are they? Yeah, it's
could
weird that they're going with that.
Could they've not brought back like the F100? It seems like that might have been.
Yeah. But the F100 was a bigger vehicle.
Yeah.
It was like it was more of like a in-betweener between a full and mid. So I don't think that hits the mark.
Yeah. And John Walsh is asking, wonder if it will be an aluminum body. I mean, definitely the skin.
Of course it will. Of course it will.
I'm assuming the rear has to be stamped steel. I don't know enough about aluminum to would it be rigid enough on the bottom?
I mean, there's probably some steel underpinnings to it. It may be a lower steel frame with an aluminum outer body is my guess.
Right.
Um,
And we're also thinking this is a miles per gallon vehicle as well. So it's
that might be
gotta,
a huge thing that plays into this. If they run that turbo 3-cylinder or something like that in there.
I would think 22 to 27 maybe.
Oh no, I'm thinking like 27 to 35.
Really?
That's just like a gut feeling. It's based in mostly bourbon right now.
Oh, well, that's a good base to have. But guys, so there is the Ford Maverick. I think it's a good looking vehicle. I really do. I'll be excited to do some time in with it, and the more subscribes that we get here, guys, the more that Ford takes us seriously about handing me or Danny one of these things and checking it out. But it looks like a truck, more than the
Dave,
Ridgeline.
If you show it back to the old Maverick car, it's basically the same vehicle.
Oh man,
I was just looking at a Maverick. Oh man, what a rad, terrible car.
But look at the taillights there. They're masculine looking taillights. They're bulky.
Yeah, it's got some feel from the F-150. Like the top portion is the F-150.
And Honda,
it's an interesting car.
And Honda learned their lesson about we better make the next Ridgeline that's you can buy now looks more truck like. I think Honda learned their lesson real quick. You cannot make these look car-like and expect to sell them. So, what's up, Flytrap? Thank you for that, sir.
Flytrap, what up, brother?
See, someone buying a unibody truck is someone that would buy a minivan, but they started looking at a car and then bought a condo. I would agree.
They bought a Maverick and a condo.
Right. Well, and pickup trucks, guys, are today's sedans. They really are. You can haul. I don't know in this one if you can haul sedan. I don't know if you can haul 5 in this one, but I know like in Danny's truck you can haul 5 somewhat comfortably. Full size definitely you can.
Wait,
haul
in
5.
my truck?
Yeah.
How far?
I said somewhat comfortably, Dan. I didn't say.
How far?
Well,
I mean, comfortably for like 15 to 20 miles.
Well, but that's why you have the
talking
Armada.
About children or adult. Yeah.
That's why you have that Armada. So
I'll tell you what, I drove a F-350, a work truck. It was a new F-350 diesel today with 4 people in it. There was a lot of space and it was a lot of niceness going on with that big 6.2 diesel.
Yeah.
Oh. Set the cruise control. Forget about it. No shifting. None of that.
Forget about it.
Oh,
that's what Danny was saying. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Let me see here. Guys gotta work with me real quick.
They should have called it the Ranchero. Hell yeah. YouTube Car Spotters Guide. That should be a Ranchero because it is kind of car-ish. Oh man, that's legit. They should call it the Ranchero.
I don't know. Is that cultural
It's
appropriation
a terrible
anymore?
name.
I don't.
It's a terrible name.
Yeah, I don't. But I also wouldn't have called the Mach-E a Mustang Mach-E. I would just call it a Mach-E.
Talk about a hot mess, dude. I feel like every Mustang owner ever took a little poo-poo in their toilets when that thing came out. They were sitting on their toilets and they didn't have to poo anymore. They were just getting ready to finish up and they saw that post and they were like, "Oh," and they just.
Yeah, that wasn't a good idea. All right, so next up is Grand Wagoneer, Danny. We had talked about this several months ago, and there was very little interest back when we talked about it. But so you can actually order one now, and if every kid on the block wants to be the first with the all new Grand Wagoneer, right? And if you want to spend,
I mean, if you got that money,
right? If you want to spend $100,000 on an SUV. Jeep's got one for you now because you can get a nicely priced one for $100,000, Dan.
Talk about pricing yourself out of the market.
Yeah, but
it's
American premium, sir.
This is completely ridiculous. They have a decent looking, competitive looking vehicle. It's not bad. It's very similar to the Silverado, or not Silverado, very similar to the. It's almost like they chopped the front end off of like a Tahoe and they put a Jeep front end off of on it.
I
I mean,
definitely would agree
it's
with
like
that.
cookie cutter status, or even a Navigator. I mean, they're very similar these days. But are you kidding me? For a Jeep, get the F out of here, dude. Get out of here. That is a Chrysler product. I don't care how many freaking chrome trims you put on that thing. Nobody's going to go look at a freaking Tahoe and then look, or a GMC Yukon, and then go, you know what? I don't even like this extra $20,000. I'm going to throw it at this Chrysler product. What kind of freaking crazy shice are they smoking, dude?
Yeah, well, John Walsh is saying, well, the Escalade can run you $100,000, and I get it, guys.
I mean, yeah,
But-
an Escalade,
but
but
those-
that's an Escalade.
And there's some heritage with that vehicle a little bit. You know, they've been running Escalade.
It's not a
for-
It's not a Mercedes, Dave. Is it a Mercedes that they put this in and they put a Mercedes badge on it? Then it's a Mercedes Chrysler product. You know what I'm saying?
Well, look at the inside. Okay, so there's screens everywhere on this damn thing, and a lot of people, when they showed the concept, they did the screen in front of the passenger that you can see here in the video or in the picture. I get it, and I do. Everybody has a phone. I don't need a damn tablet in my dash on the passenger side. Now, maybe I get one of these one day in 10 years when it's used like my Beamer, and I feel different about it. But I don't know. And like you're saying, it's still unfortunately what we have to call Stellantis quality now. It's not FCA quality. It's Stellantis.
Stellantis. You're right.
But
Well, and the thing is too, Dave. I mean, I guess Jeep is trying to compete with Lincoln and Denali
mhm.
type of trim levels or something like that is my guess. I mean, yeah, it looks nice. It's classy, but you have to, I mean, I think that they need to barrage if they're going to charge $100,000 for this, they need to spend equal amount of money on a marketing campaign that supports that type of ideology.
Now, one thing Jeep knows how to do is market anything. They
think
are.
so?
Look at the Super Bowl ad from a couple years ago, where they just quietly the Wrangler was going through the water, then back to the streets.
That's
No,
a different story. Jeep
no.
knows how to market the piss out of their Jeeps and their Hellcats.
Right.
That's the only thing I've seen good marketing wise.
No, but I'm saying is they will figure it out. But guess what? Chrysler tried to do a full-size SUV a while back, and it was a complete failure. People to this day don't even know that Chrysler builds anything anymore, but it was a failure. But I really feel like the Jeep brand is turning into an odd brand. Yes, this Jeep brand for the former FCA is the gem. That and Ram trucks is their gem. So I understand you want to expand the market, you want to sell more vehicles. But the problem being is it's a confusing buyer now, because each brand, like Chevrolet, is your affordable cars. Your Buick was kind of your grandmother's, and then Cadillac is the more expensive version. Now all of a sudden Jeep is, you get a Wrangler, you can get a base Wrangler for $28,000, or if you got $100,000, you can get the cheap. Like, I don't know, it's just like you're cheap. You got the cheapest people in the world you're trying to spend $100,000 people in the world, and those two clients don't mix. And like my BMW, if that said Honda, I'm being an asshole here, but probably would turn my nose to it just a little bit, you know? Like there is a class status level to vehicles like this. Now, this interior looks amazing. Do not get me wrong. This thing looks amazing. But I'm just a little lost we knew it was going to be expensive, but I'm just a little lost at the thing.
I'm with you, Dave. It's hard to go from the to look at the Jeep line and look at the things that they've put out and then think, oh yeah, but they can still put this out at high quality. Like, are we paying $100,000 for that quality, or is things underneath it terrible? I mean, this is the same company that produced the Jeep Compass, Dave.
Right. Well, yeah, the Fiat did.
All right.
Yes.
This is like if Harbor Freight came out with
Yes.
Rolex watches.
Yes.
And you were like, okay, cool. Is it really? And they charge Rolex watch prices. And you're like, is it as good as a Rolex? You're like, yes. We spent all the money on the Rolex watch. You'd be like, but did you?
Dude, you nailed that.
You really?
You nailed
That's
that.
what it is.
Yeah.
Harbor Freight could spend the money and produce a Rolex watch at the quality of Rolex watches, and everybody would say, I'll just take the Rolex.
Yeah, because let's be honest, man. There's definitely status. Look at Infinity or something like that, or Lexus and Toyota.
You have to build up to it. They just came out with this like they had been rolling like fresh new freaking Jeep Liberties at the highest threshold of premium luxury, and that's not what they've been doing. If you've ever driven a Jeep Compass, that car was built to go on a rental car lot.
Yes.
And the one time I drove one, I literally coined that the worst vehicle I've ever driven in my life. And I've driven a lot of vehicles. That was I would rather buy a 50-year-old Ford Ranger, if they even had them that long ago. I'm sure they had, than drive another Jeep Compass. It was just pure terribleness.
Right.
And then that same company says, "Hey, by the way, we got this freaking plush premium model," and of course it has, FCA.
Yep. Stellantis.
It has Stellantis tech, and I understand where they have the resources to build this, but I don't trust it, Dave.
No,
you have to build a trust before they can come out with this. They got to build up to it. They can't just roll $100,000. They can't just throw a Ferrari out of Jeep and be like, "Hey, you should buy this."
Well, they do have the Grand Native. I can't say Cherokee anymore. It's the Grand Native. They do have that, which they've went into slowly. They've taken that. That was an affordable SUV at one point, and that's an $80,000 SUV now. So they have eased their client base into that a little bit. But I will say this, Dan, these wheels right here that I'm showing, it's pretty spicy.
Yeah.
That's a pretty spicy look. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's a great.
Looks good. There's no knocks on the truck. The actual truck.
And it says it can tow 10,000 pounds.
It's the underpinning of the company that's bringing it to you. Do you trust Jeep to make you $100,000 vehicle?
Hey,
do you trust Ferrari to make that choice?
And you get look, if you're a horse person, clearly this is for you. I don't know. I think it's a great vehicle, and I'm interested. Sorry, guys, I'm scrolling fast here, but let me go back to the overview. I am curious. They have a reserve.
The Grand Native. I love that you brought that up.
Let's see. The four-wheel drive is $88,000 starting out with a 6.4 liter V8 engine, and that's the Grand Wagoneer. The Wagoneer, which looks damn near identical, is $68,000.
That's palatable. I mean, that's what they're.
Yeah, that's suburban territory.
But for me, I would bring out that reasonably priced and say, by the way, we have this phenomenal package. I mean, 68 to 88. Golly, that's such a huge jump, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then 88 to 100. Like, I know you want to put the best foot forward, but at the same time, you're going to make people run to the hills when you say, "Oh, by the way, this is a $3,000 payment."
Oh, and you can't see it on screen here, but you have to be a Wagoneer certified dealer to sell it.
Oh, like it's a freaking GTR, like it's a freaking. I think Jeep's getting a little uppity these days, and I'm glad Ford's about to put them in their place.
Wow. And if you want more Grand Native chat, I'm sure we'll have that down the road. And no,
It's
no,
going to be the Jeep Wind Talkers.
no disrespect to any natives out there, man. I just think that is a strange. When I heard like Jeep was like, "Yeah, we'll listen to you ask us to change the name, but we're not going to." So I will now refer to it as a Grand Native because I think that's a little more respectful in today's PC world we're living in. Dan,
I'll refer to it as a Grand Cherokee because the Great Cherokee Nation was a badass nation.
oh, of course,
had a lot of power.
Of course it
so
was, man.
you can suck it. And if you're Cherokee, hats off. You were some badass motherfuckers.
And we do know a Cherokee, the Titan Cherokee, man.
Huh.
Remember we met Cherokee Titan at the first Titan adventure.
Is he Cherokee?
No,
or
her,
something?
the vet.
Oh yeah. But is she Cherokee?
Mm-hmm. She's actually like 3/4.
Is that where the name comes from?
Yeah. She won't tell you her real name, but who lost her husband this past year? Man,
Yeah,
which is a real bummer.
Terrible.
Anyways, all right. So
I'm gonna pour some more. I'm gonna pour. You know what, Dave?
What?
Let's pour a touch out for Cherokee for Mr.
Well,
Cherokee
we did a
Titan.
special show. We did a special
I know
show.
I know we did, but you know what? You always gotta
course.
throw back a little bit something.
He was a good dude, man. He was a very good dude.
All right, next up.
All right, let me see where. So let's get over here.
How many times is Dave going to drop a video about how his Bronco's not going to show up? I want to talk to the people right now.
About
when. Hold on, Dave. I'm not done.
Sorry,
I'm taking over your show for a second.
Jesus, you got your own show now. Back off.
I know. I get all uppity when I got my own show. In the comments, I want to hear. Let's take some bets. When is Dave going to take delivery of his Bronco?
Well, we'll know in May. We're going to know in May because that's when I get an idea of the build date.
All right. So in May, you get an idea of build date. I'm going to say February 2nd, 2022.
Wow. No, it better be a little earlier than that. I'm a day 3 order.
You're going to be riding your bike to work.
Wow. Man. So what
not a lot of trust in that one.
I wanted to get into was some of the viewer comments on the videos. They're getting kind of crazy, and I love it at the same time. I hate it.
I love our viewers.
But so I have worn a backwards hat since like 1987. I kid you not.
Wait, you getting hate on this?
Oh yes,
I'm about to rap on some fools.
Not just my hat, Daddy. My soul patch, which I've rocked since 1994.
Okay, I might be in on that one.
No,
I might jump on that bandwagon.
Let's
keep going, Dave.
One person told me you can only rock one or the other. You can't have both, and I was like, okay.
Well, I would proposition you, sir. Fred Durst says different.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not a Limp Bizkit fan, but
Dave, you gotta allow them. You gotta allow them to take their spot in the hierarchy of genre.
I don't have to, Danny. I like a couple songs. I like a couple songs, and that's it.
I mean, there's Thong Song. There's Fred Durst.
That's
I mean, the Biscuit needs its place.
Thong Song. That's
I mean, the Thong Song had that he earned his place.
Who sung the Thong Song?
Ja Rule.
Was that Ja Rule? Thong, 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 thong.
I mean, he earned his damn place, dude. Nicki Minaj would never be where she was if it wasn't for the Thong Song.
Wop, wop, wop.
Good news that we've ruined Dr. Seuss.
Yes.
This is not a podcast about politics. This is a podcast about Dave's chin hair.
Yeah. Anyways, hair. And hey, Dan, how do you like this massive beard that I've been growing for 2.5 weeks?
I was just noticing it. I was thinking to myself, did Dave forget to shave for a long time?
Look at
this. In truth, Dave, if I could make a personal request, and I hope all of our listeners back it up, can we get a 4-week Dave no shave?
Really?
I'd like to see if I got no shave.
Because this is driving me crazy. I'm not gonna lie. If I got a $50 super chat, then I'm on for. I'll do it for.
What if we have a combination of super chats for $50?
No. At $50, we're starting today.
Bullshit.
No, wait. At $50, we're starting today. The 30 days. Not where I have 2 weeks now.
Oh, so you're at 2 weeks, so we get another how many weeks?
2 more weeks. So you would get it would be 6 weeks total.
Oh man, I would love to. 6 weeks is well, it's hard to say because 6 weeks for me is a legitimate beard. 6
Not for
weeks for
me.
you is like a sad Asian beard.
Dude, I
No
don't know
hating
what
on Asians; they're just terrible at
I
growing
don't.
beards.
Yeah, in American natives, I've done the DNA testing. I have none of that in my bloodlines. I don't. Why
If-
my family cannot grow beards, I have no idea.
If my super chat was working, if it was linked correctly,
No,
it's
you
not
can't
linked
do it. You
correctly.
can't do it.
I can't do it.
No.
If it
no,
was
no.
working, it would have showed up by now. I can promise you that. If anybody wants me to Venmo them $50, I will Venmo you $50 to drop a $50 on it. Bill,
No.
send the $50.
No.
Bill, send the $50. Hey, Bill, get our
And
homie
this
on here.
has
Send
been the All Terrain Nation show. And what are we
Bill,
doing?
send him $50. Sorry, bro.
No.
Oh gosh. Hey,
Anyways,
let me ask you this: how does Kelly feel about a beard
uh,
or a patchy? I mean, you'll have so much soul with how many patches that you have on your beard. Your beard will be the equivalent of $100,000 Grand
Grand Wagoneer.
American National, whatever you call it.
No, that's the Jeep. That's the Grand.
Oh
that's
yeah,
the Grand,
Grand
Native.
Wagoneer.
The
Yeah.
Grand Native is a different vehicle. But anyways,
we get. Sorry, Dave. Shut up a second.
Anyways,
Bill Potter,
no, we're
if
not.
we
We're
get-
not talking about this
If we
anymore.
get $50 in a super chat, Dave's gonna grow his beard for another 4 weeks.
Wait,
and
you're
then we get to laugh at him for an
we're
entire
limiting
show.
what we call beard here. I get
Dave's
to
gonna
grow
grow
some hair.
what scanty facial hair he has for 4 weeks, and we get to laugh at him for the next.
Oh
only has
darn! It's only 49 or
49.99.
99.
Dave, I feel like we should get up to $50 right now.
No.
I'm calling it. If we get $50 in multiple super chats, if we get 5 people at $10
Nope,
super chats,
nope.
I'm making Dave do it.
This is my show.
I'll talk him into
This
it,
is
guys.
my
Don't worry about
show.
it. 5
Oh,
super chats
nope,
for $10.
No, not
We
gonna
are
happen.
pure whores here.
No.
And Dave is mostly the whore.
Oh no, one lump sum. But anyways, but Danny, I was amazed though. Like seriously, like I get a lot of great comments and people that watch the show. I get a lot of great comments, man, and really good, interesting takes. But it's like once a video now, it's like, hey, dude, you need to shave. You know, like what, or you need to do this or that. And I'm like, when did this become Fashion Nation all of a sudden or Hair
when is
Care
this-
Nation?
when did yeah. Chin strap nation.
Yeah,
You should
exactly.
You should get the
No,
Sugar Ray
I
chin
can't do
strap,
that.
Dave.
No.
Can't connect it. It'd be like the Sugar Ray broken chin strap.
But but seriously though, I was amazed. Like I'm like, and it's not just been one person like just trolling me. It's been like 4 people, and I'm like, well, at least you watched the ad, so I'm getting paid. Oh no! No!
Manizala.
No!
Oh, Dave. Oh, this is the best night of my week right now. Dave is going to look like an old Asian man. Oh, Dave, you poor sad sack.
No!
Oh, I can't wait. I'd like to
Why
have
did I open
Kelly
my mouth?
ghost host and roll in here
No!
and tell us what she thinks in 6 weeks.
I can't
before you
hear a word
shave.
you're saying, Dan. All right, I'm back. No! I can do a refund, right? I can do a refund here.
No, Dave, it is locked in. It's in pink on my screen. I'm actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm taking a picture of it.
No!
Boom. It's locked in. You're locked in. Oh man. This is
Kelly.
the best night I've had in weeks.
All right, I
Oh.
got to fill Kelly in. All right, so I don't even know how to fill him in on this one. So I was talking about all the comments I was getting about my facial hair or hats.
Yeah,
and all
Dave,
that.
will you go twice? Bill Potter wants to know, will you go twice as long for $100?
Ooh, wait, no.
He's such
So
a whore.
I said
You
I
had to
would
think
grow-
about
I
it.
would grow my facial hair out for 4 weeks for a $50 super chat, and Danny, the bastard that he is, kept poking and poking.
No, Dave,
And-
you said it first, and I just suggested to the viewers, and you got locked in, buddy.
No, Kelly goes,
They
you can
locked you
shave
in
tonight,
hard.
right?
No, Dave.
I mean, that's for 4 weeks.
Dave, you're locked in.
4
You
weeks
made a
doesn't
promise
start
to
till
the
tomorrow.
to the viewership. There's no getting out of this, Dave. And you have to just apologize to Kelly and say this is what your life is turned into. It's
Oh, I wish Kelly
you're
could
just
hear
gonna have
this.
to deal with it.
I wish she could hear this. This is great.
Oh man,
Warren, thank you
I
for bringing
couldn't
the
be
show
happier.
back to cars. Well, I guess it's gonna be a fuzzy face for a while, guys. Damn it, Danny! Why did you have to push I was just throwing that out there to be funny, and damn it! Hey, Sydney, you're now in charge of the all-terrain nation. Then they're like, "How about for $100? Would you let it go for I don't know how long? What was it he was saying?
It was
Twice
another,
as
it was
long.
double. It was basically a double down. Bill Potter was throwing down some money for a double down. Oh man, this is good. I think you guys underestimate the control Kelly has and the amount of undeniability of what Dave has to do and then deal with while he's growing it. Kelly, he's getting it from both sides now.
Yep.
They aren't going to believe in 4 weeks that it looks just like that.
Man.
Yeah, Kelly just said y'all aren't going to believe in 4 weeks that it looks exactly like it does now.
Yeah, right. That's gonna be the funny thing. You're like, joke's on you. I look the same in 4 weeks.
Damn it! All right, so what's the date, Dan? What is 4 weeks from now?
Kevin Minnie just said he will unsubscribe if you back out.
Oh, I'm not backing out.
You
I'm a
can't-
man of my word. I am that, but I should have not opened up my mouth.
Oh, man, talk about a great evening, a great capstone for this show.
Let's see. So Kelly said Easter. We can't do it. Kelly said Easter's coming up. Sorry.
What do you mean, Dave? You just promised the show.
All right, so let's see.
If you were
So,
serious.
1, 2, 3. So April 2nd, right? Is that right? That's 4 weeks, right? Let me put this in I'm putting it in the calendar, man.
No, it should be April 12th.
No, 4 weeks from now.
No, Dave. Today is the 12th.
Yeah. No, wait.
30 days from now would be.
Did I say
April
30
12th.
days or 4 weeks? What was it?
4 weeks is. I mean, 4 times 7.
YouTube card spotter. Come on, bro. Don't be
April 16th. April 16th says YouTube College Spotter.
Oh, sorry. Technology here has to figure this out. They're all saying April. No, wait.
No. April 9th is 4 weeks. April 19th is 5 weeks. Nice try, gents.
All right, April 9th. I'm going to agree to April 9th.
April 9th. April 9th. I'll get on board with April 9th.
All right, so I'll be honest. I've never let my facial
Because
hair
I
grow
can-
this far.
Because I can hear Kelly yelling at you in the background. I'm getting scared myself, and I can only imagine what you're going to have to deal with for
it
the
is
next
just now.
4 weeks.
Jesus, guys, this is a car show. What are we doing here? Danny,
know better, Dave.
Danny is
You
not
should know
allowed on
better.
this show anymore.
Dave, let's be clear. I had a shotgun of beer the last show I was on.
Yeah,
with
but
you.
shotgunning a beer versus letting my facial hair grow out for 4 weeks
Dave,
or whatever it is.
I would pay $200 in order to let my facial hair grow for.
You better have a rat tail in the bottom of that pile in 4 weeks.
Oh, me so horny with the zinger.
All right, Manzelli. So April 12th is.
Oh, man,
did you
this
put
is
it in
good.
the calendar?
It's April 9th.
Or wait, I'm sorry, April 9th.
4 weeks
April 9th. Lock it in.
is April 9th.
Did you put it in the calendar?
No.
Okay, I'll
I
get it.
just looked at the calendar to make sure. You
All
gonna
right.
put shade in
Jesus,
there?
guys, what? All hair nation. Oh, the things I do for comedy.
You gonna put hair in or shave in the event?
Do what?
You gonna put
I
shave
love
in
we're
the
just
calendar?
listening to
Calendar?
Kelly yell at him in the background like, fine, you have to shave on the 9th.
All
Can you shave on the 9th or do you have to shave on the 10th?
I'll do it right here for you guys.
Oh,
I think
don't
that's
know
only
if we need
fair.
that.
No, right here. Right here. No,
Dave's
Danny.
gonna look like a cheesy '90s rock band guy.
All right, so
That's what I'm
madness.
predicting.
I'm
Man, I
madness.
love it. I love it when the tables turn on somebody. I
Shave time.
I love our listeners, Dave.
I do
our
too,
listeners are the freaking best. I love you guys. Seriously, you guys just keep me freaking happy.
man.
anytime I-
God, the things I agree to, Dan.
I'm gonna pour one last light bourbon
One last
because
pour.
I am.
That's where the
mean,
line is.
this is a celebration bourbon.
You have to get approval
I'm
for
pouring
anything
one
else.
last one for you guys. because I know we're getting close to it. My wife's probably mad. My children are at my mom's tonight, so I should be
Oh,
spending some
there's
quality
good.
time.
There's some good quality time there, buddy.
I shave every day, Bill Potter. Unfortunately,
No, Danny
I have
doesn't
to-
shave.
I have to shave every day so that you can sleep in that blanket of freedom that you wear every night.
All right, so there was a couple questions. There was a couple questions in between all this. Warren had something in there. Let's see. Any thoughts on that SRT 6.7 liter Hemi that the Light Bright put? I don't watch Light Bright. They kind of annoy me. It's just not for me.
I like Light Bright.
Somebody said something about TFL having something. I don't care what TFL has, man. They're nice guys, but I try to. A couple people I watch and pay attention through, but Fly says I have to shave on the show now for that $10.
Okay, here's a question, Dave. Are you gonna shave everything?
Dude, I'm clean. I'm clean there, bro. There's no worries.
No,
about
no,
that
no.
one.
I'm talking about the soul patch.
No, the soul patch ain't going anywhere, man. Sorry.
You can't just shave it in one.
I've
time?
shaved that seriously since 1994. I've shaved it off twice.
I feel like I need that in my life. Dave,
That would take a $500 super chat, Dan.
Jeez, Dave. Jeez.
And only from you.
There must. Fucking tempt me right now. No, I just spent $1,300 on shocks, and I have to spend another $3,000 on a pool heater. So
look at that. So you guys need to go to the Nissan Nation Productions, and Danny needs some love over there. What can Danny whore himself out with for his shocks?
Maybe
you know,
I should do
you
that.
know I'm coming on
your.
your.
Whore myself out.
I'm
next
totally
week.
coming on your next show, and I'm totally like, you're in trouble. On next
great.
show.
The next show is going to be the most bro show you've ever been on in your life.
What do we got coming
Just
up for
so you
that
know.
next show? Any plans yet?
Yeah. I've been in contact with a guy named James from Terra Crew.
Yeah.
And he literally is kind of the face for they do shows about pre-runners and desert whips.
Oh, is this the guy that had the Frontier that we were talking about interviewing a long time
Yes.
ago? Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
And
man.
I mean, it's an LS Frontier. It's a complete tube chassis vehicle, but he's had it since way back in the day. He's like a teacher, but it's getting built by a very reputable fabrication artist, as I'm going to call him, because it's called Morgan Clark Designs. If you want to check him out on Instagram, Morgan Clark Designs. Dude, this guy produces it's fabrication art. There's fabricators and then there's fabrication artists,
Dan,
where they take it to a gnarly level.
So John Walsh says the next NNP show, Danny installs his his pool heater.
I am not doing that. I'm paying somebody to do that because I work
Wow.
on trucks.
Pinkies up, Dan. Pinkies up.
Yeah, I'm paying somebody to do that because my wife makes a lot of money.
Right.
By the way, she got another promotion this week. So cheers to my wife, because I am turning into the guy that has a sugar mama.
Sugar mama
somehow.
over there.
I don't know what I did, but you always marry up. If there's one thing that the All-Terrain Nation teaches you, marry up.
That is true, because my wife makes a lot more than I do. I'm in the same boat, Dan.
Which is even more terrible, because your wife drives a BMW and now you have to wear a beard or
let's
a
be honest.
patchy Asian beard.
What you guys see is if you see anything, you ain't gonna see much more. I have a feeling, but I said it. I'm a man of my word, and I will hold to that. So April 9th, I will actually shave my face right here in front of Dan.
Joe
Dan,
Japan
you
wants
better-
a 50 to go to me for
Right. And Dan better be on if Dan is not on the show.
I promise to be. Well, I promise to be there. I'm going to be gone all of April, but that doesn't mean I won't be on the show. I'm going to be gone from home for military training, but I should be completely available for all the shows as long as I'm not completely drunk. Well, maybe I'll try and get on when I'm completely drunk, but I'm going to be in military training, which means
I remember
that
us
might be
doing a
drunk every
podcast
evening.
years ago when you were doing one of those. You had a bunch of people with you, and it was kind of, I think y'all were pretty sauced up.
Probably a hot mess. Yeah, probably a hot mess.
Yeah,
but
sounds right. And
hopefully I'll be available.
Joe Taylor, you need to go on, sir. You don't even know what the super chat button is, so Let's see. Any other automotive questions out there? I think we've covered the. I regret suddenly talking about the my outfit choices and. Oh, I had somebody bitching about I had a beanie on. I come to do some breaking news or something.
It's
It
been
was cold
snowing
out.
there, Dave. The gall of some people.
I know. I find it hilarious. I mean, bring them on. Keep bringing it on, guys. I don't care, man, because when you comment, it just tells YouTube that people are interested in what you're talking about.
I mean,
so
this guy would probably wear a beanie and you wouldn't say shit.
that's
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
That's right.
It's because Dave doesn't drive a badass little buggy in the whip section and freaking send it.
Dude, I'm a juke guy, man. Of course I drive a badass buggy.
I have yet to see a fatty burnout video from the Juke.
Because I'm scared. I'm scared I'm gonna blow the damn CVs out of the thing, dude. Okay, so I was
scared doesn't make money. Scared money doesn't make money, Dave.
Yeah, but I don't want to repair. I'm old.
I'm just saying in the chats, if you guys want to see a fat burnout from Dave before he sells the Juke, comment below.
Okay, yeah, so I was going to talk about the Tundra for a minute, getting coils, potentially. I won't say that it is or not because the company that keeps breaking news got to be the first to everything. There's a little speculation there, though. I think they're dead on it, but they don't have facts on that just yet. But Dan, as we end this, another full size going coils, man. The Tundra is potentially going.
Yeah, well, you know what? I spent some time in the Ram Rebel. My buddy's got a Ram Rebel coil spring, and he a lot of modifications. That thing's amazing off road. I actually drove it a bunch out in King of the Hammers area. It's a pretty cool setup. You know, I'm coming around on the whole coil setup, so I wouldn't be surprised at all if they flip the script on people. So you know, if Ram's doing it, I don't see why Toyota would not kind of flip the script a little bit and go along that route. So I'm open to it. It might be a cool transformation. Man, Bill Potter.
Jesus, Bill.
$49.99. I mean, that's like a double stamp on the triple stamp, Dave.
Jesus, man. No, I definitely will do. Like the Juke, there's a little vibration in the drivetrain, and it's had it before I tuned it, but you can feel just a little. I don't know how to explain it. Just a little shake into that steering when you get into it, and it's not torque steer by any means, but I definitely that in between that and I think the clutch is starting to it's getting clutch time. No, I will do a burnout in that thing before it leaves.
Dave, just do a burnout and let's put this to bed.
Let's be honest. Do you think it will do a burnout?
Oh, Dave, if it doesn't do a burnout, I'll fly there personally and do a burnout for you and show you how it's done. If I can burn out my tires on my red truck, then you can burn out a Juke with 240 horsepower.
Okay.
I think everybody in the chats can agree with me on that. Bill Potter just sent you $50, so if you break something, you should be able to fix it.
Yeah, but $50 isn't going to replace much on that.
Dave, I don't want to hear excuses. I only want to hear burnouts.
You know, Bill, I would have for 50 exactly. I would have done the burnout, but you only did $49.99.
Dave. Burn it.
No, I do appreciate that, man. And let's see. There was one the Ineos
Grenadier.
Grenadier. Okay. Is that the one, the EV they were talking? Because I hadn't paid much attention to it, and I've got my Michelob Ultralight armbands on now. My sweat armbands.
So you should be able to Google the shit out of that.
I am going to Google the shit out. Let's see.
Ineos Grenadier. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I know what this is. Okay, I was thrown a skew.
No, see, I don't know anything about this thing.
But I remember this popping out a little while ago. It's very kind of Land Rover Discovery ish.
Yeah, I've got it.
No, not Discovery. Land Cruiser. No, what am I thinking of? It's very
Range Rover.
Range old school, super old school. Land Cruiser, Range Rover-ish, Mercedes-ish.
A proper piece of kit.
It's got European design written all over it. So, December 2021, sale 2022. You know what? We'll do some research, and maybe we'll hit that on the next show. Maybe we'll chat about it on the next show. That's definitely a topic that would that would I would much rather do a little bit of research on it and try and bring you some information on it.
Like
because
Danny
it's some
says,
interesting stuff.
I don't know. The first I've heard about this thing, and I couldn't. Tell you.
Let's put that on the table for another show, Dave.
Oh, of course.
I like it. There's some I in my quick readings on it. It sounds like a cool vehicle. So yeah, a lot of people are saying it's very Defender-ish.
No, it's. I'm looking at it now. It's definitely You know, I don't know how they don't get sued. It's so Defender-ish. But,
yeah, they're talking about a 3-liter diesel, and so let's table that one, Dave.
Right.
I want to table that one because I don't want to get too into it because it's kind of an exciting thing. I remember seeing it though. I do remember seeing it, but I didn't dive into it.
Let me get you back up here, Danny.
Next show.
Next show, definitely next show. Guys, if you ever have something you want us to talk about, and there's odd vehicles like this that we may not know about, let us know. Email us at allterrainnationmedia@gmail.com. You can email us there. Nissan Nation Productions, you can email us on that side. Once again, guys, go support Danny. Danny is like, he's got some good times about to happen, so he's like, I got to go. Guys, thank you for all the crazy super chats, and I'm a man of my word. This is not going. What I have is not going anywhere till April 9th, I guess, and so we'll work on that. Danny's doing live Wednesdays now. Is that every Wednesday, Dan?
I think as of right now, I'm going to be doing every other Wednesday.
Okay.
We may work it into every Wednesday, but I'm gonna try and keep it manageable. Just because I like to come on this show with Dave. I love Dave, and our interaction is so much fun. And I'm trying to keep my wife happy. So having 2 live shows every week is a little bit
now you see
much.
Like getting Danny on these shows. Everybody's always asking where Dan is, and it's like Dan's a family man. He's got a lot going on.
Dave's been doing the one show a lot, and the 2 shows is killing me for a 2-show thing.
Hey, quick question: where's the racetrack at? What's going on with that?
Racetrack is right there.
No, but what's the word with it?
Really working on. I'm working with a good friend on trying to figure out how to get a turbo 400 put in it, and that's where the latest is. I'm working on seeing how we can get a turbo 400 built.
Right.
I might be getting a turbo 100 for I talked to him last night about possibly getting a turbo 400 built.
So you just think that's going to fix all your hey, night, Kevin. Kevin, we're gonna do
Good
dinner.
night, Kevin. Love you, brother.
In May. But you think the transmission is going to solve? That's your last big hurdle.
Well, the biggest hurdle right now is the transmission. It
Right.
goes into fail safe. It needs signals. It's a stock transmission. It doesn't. It's
Later,
not meant
Miso.
for this kind of situation. Miso, love you, brother. Hua or hoorah or whatever you subscribe to. So a turbo 500 is basically a Chevy 3-speed transmission that's very stout. So that would completely solve my transmission issues. So that's what I'm working on right now. So we'll see as I progress through that. I got to do some work to figure out how I'm going to adapt it and stuff like that. But that's where we're at.
Well, good, man. Well, anything else with the NNP coming up?
Nope. Just like I said, I'm working on a big fish in a little sea, big racing off-road pre-runner kind of stuff coming through there right now. And after that, I have a couple other ideas, but the big one right now I'm working on is that Terra Crew. If you haven't checked out some of Terra Crew's videos, just pull up Terra Crew, TERRA, and check out some of their videos. And then I'm going to have one of the guys from there on here, and then I might be featured on their channel as well with my Racetrack, which would be really great for the channel and cool and fun. They're really cool guys. A little bit for our audience, but at the same time, there's some really rad trucks, and they're sending stuff really big and cool and fun. And it's off-road fun.
That Gen 1 Frontier he had was really, really cool.
It's an amazing truck.
All right, guys. Built. So hopefully this week I will have an introduction to the BMW video coming out. Got that coming. Obviously, Bronco news. Anytime Bronco pays the bills on the channel. So if you wonder why there's a lot of Bronco right now, that's because it literally funds anything I need to do with the channel right now. And we've got some big news. We got Toyota bringing the new full size, the next generation of that. We're going to learn, is TFL right or are they wrong?
lot of speculation going on, and we'll see what pops out this year.
That's right. So you guys know what this means. There's just a little bit in that glass. Now it's gone.
Off.
Now it is gone. So from all things two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, it does not matter what you drive because this is your All-Terrain Nation, and I'm your host, David Boyd, along with my co-host, Daniel, the Don't Fuck With Me Groders. And what are we, Danny?
I'm freaking out.
Peace, everybody. We will see y'all next week, and bring them questions, and no more facial hair, please.
Except for